Cheese. It's a beloved food enjoyed around the world in countless forms. From the creamy richness of brie to the sharp tang of cheddar, cheese adds flavor and character to our meals. But have you ever wondered how cheese is made? Today, we're embarking on an in-depth journey to explore the fascinating process of cheesemaking. We'll trace its steps from fresh milk on the farm to the aged delicacy that graces our tables. So sit back, relax, and get ready to discover the secrets behind one of the world's oldest and most cherished foods. The history and cultural significance of cheese. Before diving into the modern process of making cheese, let's take a moment to appreciate its rich history and cultural significance. Cheesemaking dates back over 7,000 years. Ancient civilizations from the Middle East to Europe have crafted and perfected this art. Archaeological evidence shows that cheese was made in ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt. The Romans were particularly influential in spreading cheesemaking techniques throughout their empire, leading to the diverse range of cheeses we have today. Cheese is not just food, it's a cultural icon. Each region of the world has its unique varieties, recipes, and traditions. From the caves of Roquefort in France to the rolling hills of Italy where Parmigiano-Reggiano is produced, cheese tells a story of geography, tradition, and culinary heritage. Milk production. The journey of cheese begins on the farm, where fresh, high-quality milk is produced. Most cheese is made from cow's milk, but goat, sheep, and buffalo milk are also popular choices. Milk production starts with the care and feeding of dairy animals. Cows, for example, are fed a balanced diet of grass, hay, and grains to ensure their milk is rich and nutritious. Proper animal husbandry is crucial as the quality of milk directly affects the quality of the cheese. In modern dairies, milking is usually done with automated milking machines. These machines are gentle and efficient, ensuring the milk is collected under sanitary conditions. The milk is then rapidly cooled to prevent spoilage and transported to the cheese-making facility. Maintaining the cold chain during transportation is vital. Refrigerated tankers keep the milk at optimal temperatures to preserve its freshness and prevent the growth of harmful bacteria. The art and science of cheesemaking. Cheesemaking is both an art and a science. It involves precise techniques and an understanding of the chemistry of milk. Let's break down the steps of this intricate process. Milk preparation. The first step in making cheese is preparing the milk. This involves standardizing the milk to ensure consistent fat and protein levels. Cheesemakers may also pasteurize the milk to kill any harmful bacteria, though some traditional cheeses use raw milk for its unique flavors. Pasteurization involves heating the milk to a specific temperature for a set period. This step ensures safety without significantly affecting the milk's flavor. Next, starter cultures are added to the milk. These beneficial bacteria begin the process of fermentation, converting lactose, the milk sugar, into lactic acid. This acidification is crucial as it helps to curdle the milk and develop the cheese's flavor and texture. Coagulation. Once the milk is properly acidified, it's time for coagulation. Rennet, an enzyme, is added to the milk. Rennet causes the milk proteins, specifically casein, to coagulate and form a gel-like structure. As the milk coagulates, it separates into solid curds and liquid whey. The curds are the basis of cheese, while the whey, which contains water, lactose, and some proteins, can be used in other products like ricotta or as animal feed. After coagulation, the curd is cut into small pieces using special tools called cheese harps. Cutting the curd increases the surface area, allowing more whey to be expelled and influencing the texture of the final cheese. Smaller curds result in harder cheeses, while larger curds are used for softer varieties. Cooking and stirring the curds. Next, the curds are gently cooked and stirred. The heat causes the curds to contract and release more whey. The temperature and duration of cooking vary depending on the type of cheese being made. For instance, Parmesan curds are cooked at higher temperatures for a longer time than curds for softer cheeses like brie. Once the desired texture is achieved, the whey is drained off. In some cases, the curds are washed with water to remove excess lactose, which affects the sweetness and moisture content of the cheese. Maturing and flavor development. At this stage, the curds are placed into molds. The molds give the cheese its shape and allow any remaining whey to drain off. Depending on the type of cheese, the curds may be lightly pressed or subjected to significant pressure. Salt is a crucial ingredient in cheese. It acts as a preservative, helps to expel more whey, and enhances flavor. Salting can be done by adding dry salt to the curds, brining the formed cheese in a saltwater solution, or rubbing salt on the surface of the cheese. Now comes the aging or ripening process, where the magic of flavor development truly happens. Cheeses are aged in controlled environments where temperature and humidity are carefully monitored. This period can range from a few days to several years. During aging, beneficial molds, yeasts, and bacteria continue to break down the proteins and fats in the cheese, developing complex flavors and textures. For example, blue cheeses like Roquefort are inoculated with Penicillium roqueforti, which creates their distinctive blue veins and piquant taste. Types of cheese and their making processes. There are hundreds of varieties of cheese, each with its unique characteristics and production methods. Let's explore some of the most popular types and see how they're made. Cheese varieties, fresh cheeses. Fresh cheeses are not aged and are consumed soon after production. They have a high moisture content and a mild flavor. Take mozzarella, for example. After the curd is formed, it's heated and stretched in hot water until it becomes smooth and elastic. This process, called pasta filata, gives mozzarella its unique texture. Ricotta is another fresh cheese, traditionally made from the whey left over from other cheesemaking. The whey is heated and the proteins coagulate to form a light, fluffy curd. Soft ripened cheeses. Soft ripened cheeses like brie and camembert have a creamy interior and a soft, edible rind. These cheeses are ripened from the outside in thanks to molds like Penicillium camembert. Brie and camembert are made by adding cultures and rennet to milk, cutting the curd and gently ladling it into molds. They're salted and left to mature for several weeks, during which the mold develops and ripens the cheese from the surface inward. Blue cheeses. Blue cheeses are known for their distinct blue or green veins of mold. These cheeses are made by adding penicillium cultures to the milk or curd. After forming the curd, it's pierced with needles to create air channels, allowing the mold to grow throughout the cheese. Blue cheeses are aged in caves or controlled environments where the mold can thrive. Hard cheeses. Hard cheeses have a lower moisture content and are aged for longer periods, resulting in a firm texture and concentrated flavor. Cheddar, for example, undergoes a process called cheddaring, where the curd is cut into blocks, stacked and turned to expel whey and develop texture. After cheddaring, the curds are milled, salted, and pressed into molds. Parmesan or Parmigiano-Reggiano is another iconic hard cheese. The curds are cooked at high temperatures, pressed into molds, and aged for at least 12 months, often much longer. During this time, the cheese develops its granular texture and intense flavor. Semi-hard cheeses. Semi-hard cheeses like Gouda and Edam fall between soft and hard cheeses in terms of texture and aging time. Gouda is made by washing the curds with warm water to remove lactose, which results in a sweeter flavor. The curds are then pressed into molds and aged for a few weeks to several months. Emmental, known for its characteristic holes or eyes, is made using a specific culture that produces carbon dioxide gas during aging. This gas forms the holes as the cheese ripens. Cheesemakers and artisans. Behind every cheese is a dedicated cheesemaker or artisan. These individuals bring passion, skill, and creativity to their craft, often blending traditional methods with innovative techniques. Making cheese is both a science and an art. It requires precision and an understanding of how different factors like temperature, humidity, and time affect the final product. But it's also about intuition and experience, knowing when the curd feels just right or when the cheese has reached its perfect ripeness. Artisanal cheesemakers often work in small batches, allowing them to pay close attention to detail and produce unique, high-quality cheeses that reflect their local terroir. Innovations in cheesemaking. While many traditional methods remain unchanged, cheesemaking has also embraced modern technology and innovation. Advanced equipment, improved hygiene standards, and new scientific insights have enhanced the consistency and safety of cheese production. Researchers are exploring new ways to improve cheese, from developing new starter cultures to enhancing nutritional content. There's also growing interest in creating plant-based cheeses that cater to vegan and lactose-intolerant consumers. Sustainability in cheesemaking. Sustainability is becoming a key focus in the cheese industry. Many producers are adopting practices that reduce their environmental footprint, such as using renewable energy, implementing water conservation measures, and improving waste management. Organic and locally sourced cheeses are also gaining popularity. These cheeses support sustainable farming practices and offer consumers the opportunity to enjoy products with a smaller ecological impact. Cheese around the world. Cheese is a global phenomenon, with each region offering its unique varieties and traditions. Cheese festivals, markets, and competitions celebrate this diversity, bringing together cheesemakers and enthusiasts from around the world. In France, cheese is often enjoyed as a course of its own, served with bread and wine. In Italy, it's a staple in pasta dishes and on pizza. In Switzerland, cheese fondue and raclette are traditional communal meals that bring people together. The future of cheesemaking. The future of cheesemaking looks bright, with continued innovation and a growing appreciation for artisanal and specialty cheeses. As consumers become more interested in the origins and production of their food, cheesemakers are rising to the challenge, offering high-quality, sustainable, and delicious products. Young cheesemakers are learning the craft, ensuring that the tradition continues while also bringing fresh ideas and perspectives to the industry. So, the next time you enjoy a piece of cheese, you'll know the incredible journey it has taken. From fresh milk on the farm, through the careful hands of cheesemakers, to your table. Cheesemaking is a testament to human ingenuity and our enduring love for this versatile and flavorful food. It's a blend of history, culture, science, and artistry that continues to evolve and delight our senses. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of your favorite foods. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.